On the menu today, we are going to have macaroni pie and stewed chicken. Let's get started. Had my water boiling, pasta is put into the pot. I don't add salt. I try to use the least amount of salt as possible. So I'm going to let that cook. Once it is cooked, I'm going to melt my butter and then I'm going to sift in the flour. All of the ingredients would be in the description, okay? So once that is sifted, I want to cook that flour in and I add a little bit of basil just to give some extra earthiness to this. And then I'm going to add my milk concoction. That would also be in the description and in the comments. And once that is get all thick, I want a nice thick cheese sauce, not a runny cheese sauce. So then I'm going to add my cheese and then I'm going to mix that in. Once that melt and see how nice and ooey gooey it becomes. Yay! Then once my pasta is cooked, I'm going to mix it into my very cheesy, creamy, delicious sauce. I didn't add any salt to this. And then I'm going to put it on a plate, put in some bacon, put some more cheese. That's optional, you don't, because it's really cheesy and creamy. Bake for 20 minutes at 375 degrees, and then let's cut into this. We eat it with some good stewed chicken. How I cook my stewed chicken, I cook it with some red beans. I didn't add any water. I let the chicken cook down in its own juices, and once that is dried up, I use because I use a tin red bean. All right, so I use the red beans plus the liquid from the chicken that I had marinating, the water that I had my chicken marinating in, the seasoning, the green seasoning. Right, so now I'm caramelizing with some brown sugar, and you know it's ready once it starts to bubble to the sides. And this color, a nice golden color, you don't want it to get black because it would taste real bad and kind. This is a good method to protect yourself because you can leave your chicken on the counter 2-3 days. Actually, I tested out for 3 days. My chicken was safe outside of the refrigerator. So once it is cooking in its own juices, and once that juices has dried out like you're seeing right now, then I'm going to add the red bean that I had in my green seasoning and all the liquids that I had from marinating my chicken. Right, I'm going to add that to the pot, lower the fire down completely, and I'm just going to let that cook in that liquid, and that's it, and continue to make its own juices as it continues to cook. As I said, not any extra water to this pot, so this thing was full of flavor, really enjoyable, creamy macaroni pie and delicious, full of flavor red bean and stewed chicken. Don't forget to check out all of these other recipes and